Okay, so yesterday I made a post about um, Ari Lennox on the poor, and I believe that's the name of the show. Let me make sure I'm saying that right. I think it's called Poor Minds, on Poor Minds. And she's talking about how she has never climaxed from penetration. And I know that this is something that a lot of people experience. I've experienced it in my past, but it's not something that I am challenged with, at least within the last 10 years. Penetration, as a queer woman who has experienced sexual assault with a cisgender man, has definitely been a roadblock. So, one, I just want to say, and the first reason why you all are not experiencing climaxing during penetration is because there is something there, whether that's with your partner, with you. It's not just a random feed like, oh, it just never happened. You're not taking enough time, you're not being intentional, and you don't have these three things. So the first thing that I talked about is you're not telling him what you want, okay? And you're likely not telling him what you want because you have all these other stories going on in your mind. You've got some type of version of reality that maybe you've been thinking about when it comes to getting intimate, but you're not actually articulating those things in the moment in real time. You're not telling him what you need for your body to actually warm up and to actually get aroused and to actually be in the space. To go from kissing to fucking, it's just not gonna happen, okay? Y'all have to have an opportunity to slow down and be in your body. And I know people be like, oh, you gotta do a little foreplay. Oh, you gotta have a little conversation. Okay. And all of those things are right. But most importantly, you need to be connected to your body enough to give it a voice. Maybe you don't want to go to Pound Town for 20 minutes. Maybe you want to have them, take their clothes off really slow while you just kind of look at them. And then they immediately get down on their knees and they give you head. And after they give you head, the expectation isn't that they're just going to slide right in there, but they're going to actually take their time, slow down, look over your body, talk to you in your ear, and then make their way into that space. Once you tell them that you're ready, right? You can curate the fantasy. It doesn't have to be the same thing every time. So you're not telling him exactly what you want. And being able to tell him exactly what you want means that you trust that he will actually listen and that he'll want to oblige. Because when he asks you for fill in the blank, whatever it is, I'm sure that you find a way in your body to be like, okay, like, well, here I am. Let me perform for you. Let me satisfy you in the ways that you want to be satisfied because I want you to know that I care about your pleasure. So it's the same for you. It's the same experience for you. It has to be. The second thing is you have no connection with your body. And if you have no connection, and this is kind of piggybacking off the first one, because you have to have a connection with your body in order to give it a voice, in order for you to have a voice in the experience. You don't have a connection with your body and you are starving for real touch. You are starving for touch that makes you feel orgasmic. You're starving for touch that makes you feel sexy, that makes you feel seen, that makes you feel loved. And so the minute that you get into these spaces and these intimate relationships with people, you are waiting for them to be the bringer of the touch, right? So you're waiting for those moments when they caress your arm, when they put their hand on your thigh, when they massage your breast, or they rub their hands down your breast, or, you're waiting for them to slap your ass. Like, you're waiting for all of these moments of touch. And while those moments are fantastic, right? Like we love to be able to have that kind of synergetic energy with someone. You just kind of feel you all melting into each other, just all over each other. We want that. But the thing that's going to heighten that experience even more is you having a relationship with your own touch that, and I'm talking about before masturbation, a relationship with your own touch that actually feeds you and regulates you and reminds you of just how beautiful and sexy and powerful and delicious you are. But if you don't have that, you're going to be waiting for a partner, and specifically in this case, a man, to be able to be that romantic, erotic, sensuous, person with you. But if you don't have that type of relationship with your own body, you can't really invite it, right? Like, you want to be vibrating energetically at the level at which you want someone to be able to meet you. Okay. And so when we have this connection to our body, pre-masturbation, right? When we have this connection to our body, it shifts everything in the way that we're able to show up in our bodies, in sex, with our partners. Now, the last thing that we're going to talk about is you're waiting for him to validate you in the experience instead of making him worship you. You're not making him work hard enough, right? So you're not allowing him to just show you just how much he really wants you and just how much he really wants to make you climax, right? You gotta make him work for it. And this is why all of these other layers, they fit in, because if you have a relationship to your voice and you give your body a voice, then you can tell him what pacing works. You can tell him that you want him to stop, or you can play a little bit of cat and mouse. You can edge the energy out in the interaction instead of just going from I want you, let's do it, to it's over, right? And then if you have that if you're not touch starved and you have that relationship to your own touch, you're already feeling aroused and orgasmic when you walk in the door. You're not waiting for an orgasm. You probably already had two before you got there, just so that you can be fully present in your body and ready to receive this experience. And that touch with your own body makes you feel like your best lover. So that's who he's competing with. He's competing with you, your hands, being the best lover that you have, knowing how to touch and caress your body, being comfortable to actually touch and caress your body in ways that feel stimulating. And we have a practice within the Messy Movement Lab. And if you want to learn that practice, you should come and join me for class. Go to the link in my bio and sign up. We've got like a Monday session that you can jump in. We've got digital products. And then we have our Power of a Seductive Pause course, which will be coming back for 6-week enrollment in just a few weeks. So if you are interested in getting in that space and learning how to revamp that connection to your body, learning how to actually prioritize your pleasure, prioritize your voice, prioritize what it is that you want and need, then you need to bring yourself to class and you need to get in this space with us. Now, the last thing that I'm going to say is walking out of a sexual experience not completely satisfied is a disservice to you. I don't want us to create this muscle memory where our bodies are just a place of pleasure for someone else, and that we're not actually getting to experience the full height and range of what it means to be in our sexual erotic self. That's a really sad place. And I feel like it's not something that we get a chance to talk about a lot. We talk about it, but we don't get a chance to talk about it a lot. That we come from generations of women who maybe have not always had full autonomy and full agency over their sexual experiences. And that is the energy that we want to shift when we think about our erotic self, what it means to cultivate a relationship with our erotic self and to be able to have erotic experiences that are actually mind-blowing. I want that for you. I want that for me. I want us to be able to truly enjoy sex in a way that feels in alignment with the version of ourselves that we want to see walking about in the world, the fantasies that we have, and just in alignment with the spirit of who you are. I hope these tips help, and I'm looking forward. So make sure that you come on and join me for class, and you can grab that information at themessymovementlab.com. I'll see you soon. Bye.